Alireza Firouzja revealed his unbelievable and crazy way to success and defeating 5 of the chess big stars in the world. As you probably know, Alireza is on fire. He's defeating Fabiano, Gukesh, Hikaru, Anand, MVL 5 in a row with a performance of 3,526 in the Global Chess League 2025. It is as unbelievable as his secret to this success. In his today's interview, Alireza mentioned 2 main factors for his success. First, he's going to take risks at all costs. If you know Alireza, you know this is Alireza. He's just going to play for win at every single chess position. No matter if he's better, worse, draw positions, he's just going to play for win. If he's low on the clock, if he has more time on the clock, if he's playing with the black pieces or white pieces, he's just going to play for win. It is normal Alireza, but this is a team competition and it matters for him to get points for his team. So he's trying very hard to win. He's going to take risks. He's not afraid of losing. This is the main factor. But the second factor is just crazy. He just said it, and let me reveal it to you. He said that probably the main reason is that he's not eating breakfast. Seriously? He just said it. I'm not making this up. He said that probably it's because I'm not eating breakfast that I'm winning 5 games in a row. What does he mean? What can we make from this? I mean, is this a superstitious that some players are going to wear some clothes at games that, okay, make them feel good, and then they are just going on a winning the strike, and then they are not going to change their clothes? There are so many chess players, and many players are superstitious. Is this one of them? Or it can be also that he is on an empty stomach, and when he's going to the board, he's just going to eat his opponent pieces, king and everything, and he's so much motivated, he's so much hungry to eat opponent's pieces. Maybe it is it. Let's go and see his game, his 5 game. He's playing against Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, the former world chess champion. Maxime kicked off this game with the king's pawn move, and Alireza responded with his love. At the first board, at the icon board of this tournament, he just responded with c5, the Sicilian defense. Playing Sicilian at this top level chess is to some extent a risky decision, if you agree with me. We have knight to f3, d6, and we have the open Sicilian. Knight to f6, knight c3, and a6. We have the Najdorf variation, and Alireza is following the steps of Tal, Fischer, and Kasparov. And against bishop e2, which is the classical system, is just going to play e6, the classical way of playing Najdorf. This is so-called the Najdorf-Scheveningen setup in Sicilian defense, that black is going to control these light squares. In recent times, many players are playing e5, kicking away this knight from the center, but it weakens these light squares. Alireza playing like Kasparov. Kasparov used to play this system e6 a lot, especially against Karpov. We have bishop to e3, and now queen c7. Alireza is playing in a very interesting setup. Queen c7 is the best square for this queen, of course. It is the semi-open line. We have a4 preventing b5 from Maxime, bishop to e7 developing castle, and now knight to c6. He's just trying to develop. But in this Najdorf, you can be flexible. You can put the knight on d7 in some positions. You can play b6, bishop to b7, or to d7. You are, of course, going to castle, but in the previous video of this channel that I analyzed the four previous games of Alireza that he defeated these 4 of the best in the world, I tried to find out his way of playing to beat these kind of players. And one of the things that we revealed is that he's trying to go out of the main lines. And in this game, we can also see this. I mean, this is, of course, a very well-known position in Najdorf variation. And like this, white is playing knight b3, trying to play a5, and of course Alireza is going to respond it with b6, preventing a5. And this is so-called the hedgehog system, that black is very flexible. In some position is just going to try d5 or b5, this kind of breaks. This is very well known, but this is not exact theory at this position. Like, he's just going to castle, and after this he plays rook b8. And as you can see by the time on the clock, this was a 20-minute chess game. Players still know what to do, but this is not exact theory. Like, they didn't memorize till here. They know the positions, of course. This is very well known. And in this position, Maxime just goes for g4, which is not the best idea. And actually, in this position, black can just have a better position with this d5 break. But Alireza just goes for knight a5. You can see that he's trying to mix things up. and out of this he's going to have a street fight. This is the risk that he wants to take. You can go on also watch that video. After this video I analyzed all of the games, but let's see what happened in this game. Knight to d7, and we have knight to d2. By knight to a5, Alireza actually tried that if you're going to take, I'm going to take back, and this line is going to decide the game. So you're not able basically to take, and if you're going to allow me to put the knight on c4, then black is much better. So white just played knight d2, a very good move. Alireza just pushed with b5, take, and now in this position Maxime played a dubious move with bishop e2. Probably queen e2 with the idea of connecting the rooks was better, but bishop e2 has some points. After b4 he just puts the knight on b5 and queen d8. And look at this position. This is a 3-resolve chess game. White has an attack on the king side. This d6 pawn can be a weakness, and if white is able to manage some attack on it, maybe win it. But this is the type of risk that Alireza wants. Actually, after knight f3, he should have played bishop a6, but he just plays a bad move. He plays knight c5, and in this position, Maxime could have delivered a very beautiful tactic. Look at this loose piece on a5. Maxime could have played knight takes d6. You, of course, cannot take back with the queen because the knight is hanging. And after bishop takes d6, we have this beautiful line, e5. You need to go to e7, but after queen takes d8, your bishop either has to defend this one or take here and lose the control over this knight. So this was the way for Maxime to play, and if he had found this, he might have won this game. But he played just e5, and after d5, it's back to better for black. This is the type of play that he wants to play. Let's see. Knight to d4, bishop to d7, b3, and knight coming back to b7. He's trying to activate this knight on the rim, and he's trying to make it better. Knight to d2, we have rook to 8. Let's just trade some rooks. Bishop to f3, rook takes a1, takes back, and now we have knight a5. This is a very nice idea. First of all, it stops the black queen from entering, and secondly, he wants to bring the knight to c6. Let's just see. h4, Maxime is just saying, okay, I controlled everything. I controlled your queenside play. Even in some positions, your b4 pawn is a weakness. You don't have anything there, so I'm just going to launch an attack. But Alireza just plays knight c6. Let's just trade some pieces. And Maxime plays king g2. He's thinking that he's much better in this position. Maybe he has time for rook h1 or I don't know, h5. He's just trying to put the king in a safer position. But is it safer? Alireza just plays queen c7. And who knows, might something bad happen on this c2 pawn. So he just plays knight d2 trying to prevent it. And now we have knight a7. Another beautiful maneuver. He just wants to bring the knight to b5 and then maybe to use these squares. White plays c3, a bad move, and Alireza jumps with the knight to b5, takes, and this knight jumps to d3. And from now on, White's king is very weak. We have queen b1, knight takes b4, winning the pawn, and now this pawn is also weak. We have rook c1, queen to b8, queen b7 was better, but still queen b8 is a very good move. Rook to c8, and from now on they are almost playing blitz. In this position, rook takes c1 would have won a pawn because there is no bishop c1, the knight on d4 is hanging, and after this I have this knight d3. Either this pawn fall or this pawn fall, and black is going to win. But this is a blitz chess game, and it's a very complicated game. Black has many options. He just takes on d4. White should have taken on c8. He missed it also. Once again, rook takes c1 with the idea of knight d3 just winning the game. But he plays bishop b5, and Maxime finds a way to come back into the game. And we have, after bishop c5, I was watching the game and I was thinking, okay, White is going to lose this game because his king is very weak. But if just pawn queen a1, a very good move. And Alireza plays bishop b4, trying to give a check here. Bishop to g4 and knight f4 check. And here we have bishop d7. He's just trying to play on the clock. And look at this position. He has only 13 seconds versus almost 2 minutes for Maxime. But the one that was playing for win was Alireza. He's not afraid of this kind of time control. He's just playing all of his life on the increment. So he knows what to do. After f takes e6, maybe bishop e6 was better, but he just takes with f takes e6. King to g3, knight d3. And in this kind of positions, the king position matters a lot. If you're in time trouble and if your opponent has this kind of options, then if your king is weak, you're going to probably lose the game. Queen to f1, and Alireza plays knight c5, once again maneuvering with his knight to e4. h5, a big mistake by Maxime. Maybe here king h3, king h2 would have saved the game, but he just played h5 and he blundered this knight e4 check because he cannot go here. After queen d8, you're just going to lose this pawn. So he just lost the pawn. Maxime sacrificed the pawn. He takes it and put the queen on f6, trying to win this pawn, but he just calmly retreated with bishop f8. And here Maxime overlooked, and he thought that, okay, knight takes d5 works in this position. Already his position was much worse. He thought that, okay, e6 opening up this battery of queen on bishop, but even this was completely winning for black. And if, after this check, black can just simply run away. This is nothing. But black just simply and calmly plays bishop here, and after here, it just takes e6, just queen takes e6. And this is the 5th game in a row that Alireza won. And by winning this game, he won the team also. His team also won, because all of the other 5 boards drew. And this was the critical game that Alireza won. And now his team won 9 versus 5 against his team is Rivening Continental Kings against Upgrad Mumbai Masters. And Alireza is on 5 out of 5, or better to say 17 out of 17 in this tournament, with an empty stomach coming to the board, with a mind full of risks and a decision to play in every single position. He's just trying to play. It's beautiful to see Alireza playing like this. If he's at his best, I guess only Magnus can compete with him. But sometimes he's just going into a mood that he even cannot recognize himself. I wish to see him in more tournaments, and his game is very inspiring for me. I don't know for you, but his games are very inspiring to me. Unfortunately, he's not playing in the candidates. But let's see what happens. This tournament continues, and Alireza, let's see if he can continue this wonderful journey by an empty stomach in the morning. Enjoy chess and life.